I still love him, and I hate that I do that.
That doesn't make you weak. It means love and safety are colliding.
So, why do I feel ashamed? Where do I even put this? I don't know. My husband has always used attention from strangers like a place to disappear when he feels ashamed. And for years, I thought it was mostly flirting online. When we moved in together after his father got sick, the stress got worse, and I started finding hidden accounts, late night calls, and messages he swore were nothing. We tried counseling, changed passwords, made rules, and for a while I really believed we were rebuilding. Then a few months ago, a receipt showed up for a hotel near his office. He admitted he had been meeting someone from work, but said it was only emotional and only for a short time. Later, I found a private folder that showed it had gone on for months, with another person involved too. I am gutted. I know he's broken in ways he does not know how to face, and I know this has always been about needing to feel wanted when he feels empty. But I feel hollow, like years of my life were quietly taken while I kept trying to understand him. I want to scream at him, and I want answers from people who knew about me and still played along. I don't know what the truth is anymore, and loving him this much while feeling this alone is just terrifying. How do I cope with this level of betrayal, uncertainty, and loneliness when I still love my husband and want the marriage, but I'm devastated and scared?
I am really sorry. What you're describing is not, quote unquote, just a rough patch or stress behavior. It's repeated secrecy, broken agreements, partial admissions, and then more truth emerging after you had to find it yourself. That kind of betrayal can make it really feel unstable. And loving your husband does not make this less devastating. It just makes the grief more confusing. For right now, coping starts with separating love from safety. For example, you can love him and still require full honesty. You can want the marriage and still not trust him right now. You can understand his shame patterns without making them your responsibility. You can feel compassion for his brokenness without excusing the damage he caused. The loneliness makes sense because betrayal often puts the betrayed person in an impossible role: investigator, judge, spouse, comforter, and protector of the relationship all at once. That's just too much for one person to carry. A few grounding steps for this stage. 1. Stop trying to solve the whole marriage immediately. Your nervous system needs stability before big decisions. 2. Do not let, quote, I was ashamed, quote, replace accountability. In other words, shame may explain why he disappeared into attention, but it does not repair lying, hidden accounts, hotel meetings, or involving multiple people. Number 3, require truth in a structured way, not endless late-night interrogations. A written timeline disclosed fully, ideally with a qualified couples/infidelity professional, would be better if you choose that route. 4. Get support that is yours alone. One safe person, a betrayal-informed counselor, or a support space where you do not have to protect him while explaining your pain. And number 5. Be careful about chasing answers from the other people right now. Wanting answers is completely understandable, but contacting them while you're gutted can pull you deeper into chaos. First, stabilize and decide what information you actually need. The core truth is this: if marriage is going to have any chance, your husband has to become someone who tells the truth without being caught, takes responsibility without collapsing into shame, and protects your reality instead of managing his image. For this moment, what feels most unbearable for you? Not knowing the full truth, feeling alone with it, or fearing he may never really change?
It's actually a number of things. It is feeling so alone and devastated and at the same time confused about still wanting someone who has hurt me so much.
Yeah, that confusion is so painful, and it makes sense. Still wanting your husband does not mean the betrayal wasn't that bad. It means your attachment, history, hopes, and love didn't just shut off because he harmed you. Betrayal often creates two truths at the same time. One, I love this person, and two, this person has deeply damaged my safety. Both can be true. You don't have to force yourself to stop loving him in order to take your pain seriously. The loneliness is especially heavy because you're grieving someone who is still physically there, but emotionally feels unsafe. And if you spent years trying to understand his shame, you may be used to turning toward his pain even while yours gets pushed aside. For now, the goal is not to decide the whole marriage. The goal is to stop being alone inside the truth. One small next step you can do is choose one safe person who can know enough of what happened that you don't have to carry it in silence. Not someone who will pressure you to leave or stay, just someone who can sit with you and say, this is real, you're not crazy. You're not wrong for loving him, and you're not wrong for feeling devastated by what he did. Is there one person in your life who could safely know what's going on?
Well, the thing is, I'm just too ashamed to tell anyone, which actually makes this worse.
That shame can feel really suffocating, but I want to say this clearly. The shame is not yours to carry. You did not create the hidden accounts, the hotel receipts, the line, the private folder, or the repeated betrayals. Your husband's choices are not a reflection of your worth, your desirability, or intelligence. They're a reflection of what he chose to do with his shame. But I understand why telling someone feels terrifying. Many betrayed partners fear being judged, pitied, pressured to leave, or embarrassed that they didn't know. That isolation is one of the cruelest parts of betrayal. You don't have to tell everyone. You don't even have to tell the full story at first. You might start with something simple like, hey, I'm going through something serious in my marriage. I'm not ready to share every detail, but I feel very alone and I need support. That lets you open the door without exposing everything at once. If a friend or family member feels too risky, a betrayal-informed counselor or support group can be a safer first place because you won't have to protect his image or manage someone else's reaction. You deserve somewhere your pain can exist without you having to defend it. Is there anyone who has historically been steady and non-judgmental with you? Whether you were betrayed or unfaithful, you don't have to process this alone.